Alright, yeah, and welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and today we're going to be playing around in Alchemy with a strategy we've played a fair few times on the channel, and every time we play it, it's just a little bit short of greatness. So let's find out if that's the case today. We're going to be playing some big boys, Izzet giants, and this deck is kind of a little bit of a combo finish. It's a tempo deck style, and it's built around a combo we've played already as well, or a similar combo anyway, with Mindlink Mech, a 3-mana 4/3 flying artifact vehicle, and when you crew it for crew 1, the Mindlink Mech becomes a copy of the non-legendary creature that you use to crew it, except for it is a 4/3 and it has flying. So it basically keeps all of its stats, but it becomes a copy of the card it's going to be copying. We're going to be copying Calamity Bearer, because Calamity Bearer is a 4-mana 3/4 that says if a giant source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage to that permanent or player instead. Essentially what that means is when we crew with Mindlink Mech, it becomes a flying 4/5 Calamity Bearer. So on its own, that would mean it deals 8 damage, and with the additional Calamity Bearer in play that we copied, that means it's doubled again, so Mindlink Mech on turn 4 can attack for 16 points of damage. That's going to be a lot of damage, and hopefully that's going to help us finish off the game. We've got a couple other things in here to mess around with to keep us alive in the meantime, and maybe make up that extra little bit of life that we have to destroy from our opponent. We've got the Alchemy card Rime Wall Protector, 3-mana 3/4 with Ward 1. When it enters the battlefield, each other giant or wizard you control, and each giant or wizard card in your hand perpetually gains Ward 1, which means we can give a counter unless you pay 1 Jawari's Disruption effect to all of our giants, including the ones that stay in our graveyard as well, since it is a perpetual effect. So pretty sweet. It's a 3/4. It's going to help us stay alive. I think mostly I'm playing this for the body on it, but the Ward 1 does come in handy from time to time. We've got Quakebringers in here as well, because mill is kind of a thing, so having expensive spells in your deck is good, and having things that do things in your graveyard is also good. There is a lot of life-gain clerics going around, so your opponent's not being able to gain life here is relevant, and at the beginning of your upkeep it deals 2 damage to each opponent if it's in the battlefield or in your graveyard and we control a giant, which hopefully is going to be all the time. We've even got Surtland Flinger. You guys remember when I flung this card? This was good. 5-mana 4/6. Let's see if we can do it again. When it attacks, you may sacrifice another creature, and when you do, the Flinger deals damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to any target. If the sacrificed creature was a giant, it deals twice that much damage instead. So yeah, there's a lot of doubles, and doubling again going on in this deck. So lots of ways to just finish the game on the spot. Other than that, though, we're going to be kind of playing a little bit of a tempo control kind of game plan. We've got a one-sided board wipe in Battle of Frost and Fire. 5 mana to deal 4 damage to each non-giant creature and each planeswalker. So that's going to hit quite a lot of the things in the format right now. You've got to be a little bit careful when it comes to the life gain decks, because of course they can get above 4 toughness. So that's where your things like your Fading Hopes come into play. Hopefully, at least. And then it's Scry's 3, so it helps us set up our combo. And then the Chapter 3, whenever you cast a spell with mana value 5 or greater, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. So that's not going to come up too much, since we only have the other 2 Battle of Frost and Fires, plus 3 Quakebringers, plus a Surtland Flinger, as the ways to trigger it. But sometimes chaining Battles of Frost and Fire together is a thing that you will do anyway. So if on the Chapter 3 you have to sweep the board again, you're going to get a little bit of value out of that as well. Maybe discarding some Quakebringers into your graveyard so you get that ability. Who knows? But yeah, this deck is a lot of fun. I think most of it really speaks for itself. If you've seen me play Giants before, you'll have seen the rest of the cards. It's pretty much a stock list in that sense. Not much is going to change from Giants, except for it's a little less memey this time around. I always end up building it a little bit memey with the, what's the thumb one? Is it actually anything to do with thumb? Can I type thumb? There's like a 6-mana instant speed giant spell. Let me go giant. Is it not giant? Is it not 6 mana? It's that one, Squash. There you go. has a thumb on it. Usually I end up playing this card, which is just kind of a thing. But this time around, we're not gonna mess around with cards that are potentially dead in our hand when we don't control a giant, because we don't control that many giants. We've only got 11 out of 13 in our deck, so this is going to be off more than it is on. There's also the 3 mana dude as well, the 3 mana giant. Hang on, not an instant. That's why. Agar, this guy right here. There's also this guy. He's not included. I usually always put him in the deck, but because we're not using squash, and because our instants and sorcery based damage is quite low, we've got Play with Fires and we've got Prismari commands. Those are all 2 damage. They're not likely to deal excess damage like Agar would suggest. Our creature count is low, so chump blocking is less likely to occur. There's a lot of things this card needs to make it work, and it just doesn't work in this deck. The only thing we've really got is Brittle Blast, dealing 5 damage and making all of our opponent's creatures get exiled when they die as a perpetual effect, which can be quite useful. But yeah, he's just not going to work here. So it's a bit of a weird one. I could really use some more cost-effective giants for this list, I think. But yeah, let's give it a shot and let's see if this one's finally the playable deck that I hope it is. If you do enjoy today's content, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this in the future. And without further ado, let's continue. This video is brought to you by the generous support of our wonderful patrons and channel members that you see here. If you'd like to support the channel and get access to cool content like sneak peeks, bonus videos, polls on future content, or access to a personal deck critique from myself every month, then hit the join button down below, or check out the Patreon link in the description. With all that said, let's get into the gameplay. Alrighty then, on the draw, which means this is an untapped land if I want it to be. Would I just prefer it to be a scry land though? We've got the Invasion of this giant scry. I'm looking for Mindlink mech with a hand that looks like this, I think, so I'm definitely keeping it. I guess I don't really need to hold up Fading Hope turn 1. I'll know if I need to anyway, because they'll just do a tap land. So I'm going to choose red with this, and I'm going to scry. Another land. Yeah, I think I'll bottom a land. I could always top deck one, and I've got the Invasion of the Giants that'll get me another if I really care. Spirited Companion, not a Fading Hope target. Another scry land potentially. So you are 4 mana to foretell. I think I'm still gonna go Invasion of the Giants here. Rime Wall Protector and another Otawara. I'm gonna play an Otawara. No, I'm not gonna play an Otawara as a land. I might end up eventually, but not right now. So I think I'll just top and bottom there. So I could save this as a scry land if I wanted to. I'm gonna draw a card here. Gonna reveal the Rime Wall Protector because I'm gonna play it. And I put this on red, so I either lose my scry or I play the Otawara. I think I'll just lose my scry. Blue. Untap. Protector. Not totally sure what they're on right now. They could be on Brilliant Restoration, and in which case I'll probably get crabbed here. I'm assuming I'm getting crabbed, because you don't take 10 minutes with this on the stack. Yep, okay. That's totally fine. How's this matchup going to fare for us? That's the question. There's a lot of board wipes in that deck, if it's anything like the build that I've played recently. But it does have Divine Purges in there, and that hits virtually nothing in my deck. Hits Mindlink Mech, and that's really about it. I think Mindlink Mech might even take the mana cost of the card that it copies as well, which is amusing. Alright, so the next giant spell costs 1 less, which means I can go Quakebringer here and still hold up and Fading Hope. Which I think is the line I'll take. Even that being in my graveyard's going to do some good stuff here. They could bounce with the turtle. Looks like they're not going to bother doing that though. What if they have borrowed time, or the channel banishing light? I can't remember its name. This is going to be probably attack me. No, really? Okay. I was expecting attack me wipe the board, to be honest. Well, they can take 2. Glimpse of the Cosmos. Let's do Glimpse. Looking for a land drop. Found one. Jawari's Disruption. Honestly, I prefer that because that allows me to hit their Restoration if they can get to it. They can Tanuki up to 6, top deck a land up to 7 and go. So if I just go Glimpse here, maybe just take the negate. Yeah, I think I'll just take the negate. Play Otawara. And I think I'll just start attacking them here. They'll chump block, because there's no reason not to, really. Now I've got a hard counter and a conditional counter, so if they miss their land drop and go for a Doomscar, I can Disruption it. That, to me, signified that they might have the channel card that could flicker the Spirited Companion. Yep, there's a Tanuki. This game is going to come down to how many restorations do I and can I counter. If I can only counter the one and they play the second, we're going to be in trouble. They're already showing a board state that I can't really beat. I guess I can kind of, like, Battle of Frost and Fire some of it away. Yeah, they're looking at the graveyard. So this could maybe be just them Shigekiing or turtling some cards back. They've got the 4 white they need for Brilliant Restoration. That puts them perfectly on mana for it. This looks like attack sweep. Brilliant Restoration. Alright, well, censor you. That one's got a sting. Oops. Oops, indeed. Calamity Bearer only hits them for 10. So I'm gonna... Invasion, maybe? No, I'll just leave open both my counters here. Because if they tap out, I'll play Bearer. They'll probably swing in like they did last time, or I'll Fading Hope on end step. Play Calamity Bearer, double my damage, that's 10 points right there. As opposed to hitting the 10 already, not quite killing them and giving them an opportunity to then kill me. Don't really want to open that up. I'd rather have 2 counters as well, even rather than going for the Invasion of the Giants. So, if they had Crab, they can't stop me bouncing the Companion, but they can stop me winning with Bearer. I think I'll just take my 2 damage trigger here and swing at them. Mountain actually makes a huge difference. That means I can now Invasion and still hold up. Yeah, still hold up Disruption Negate. That's going to do a lot of work for me here. It's 2 damage there as well. Brittle Blast and a Bearer. At this stage, do I even need any of these in particular? I don't think so. I've already got the answers in my hand to their board state. And I already have a Bearer. So there's a chump block. Good stuff. So they haven't made a land drop. If they have another restoration, they'll be waiting for that to play around disruption again. If they're waiting for a top deck for it, that means they're probably going to miss their land drop and I can disruption it again. March of Otherworldly Light. I'm going to save it, I think. Fizzled that. One negate should be enough. They can't restoration plus crab. And I could go with a different... I can go with Bear instead of Quakebringer. Potentially, since the cost reduction here is going to matter. Might as well just show you this Quakebringer. Put them to 5. This will be threatening lethal. I can pay for crab. Would I want to do that, though? That would be a great way to tap me out. Maybe they got another March of Otherworldly Light here. Would I Fading Hope that? I think I probably wouldn't Fading Hope that one. I'm just going to go with Shigeki here. So they get their March, they get their Restoration. Do they draw the land to play around Disruption? Should definitely make things a little bit awkward. They basically win if that Restoration resolved. Which we know it's not going to. And they lose if they go for it and it gets countered. So they probably want to bait me. Yeah, I think they're seriously considering their options here. If they'll just let me go to my turn and they try to kill my bear in combat, they're in trouble. So yeah, I'm gonna force them here. They have to kill it or die. And then I can negate. And I can pay for crab. Can't pay for 2 crabs, but they can't play 2 crabs. Ooh, they got the Sky Turtle. Okay. That keeps them in the game. I'm going to go Quakebringer because it has an upkeep effect here. And it still allows me to hold up and Disruption plus negate. So, to march it, they have to play into Disruption here. So, we counter that. They go for the Restoration, they lose. They can play around Disruption now, but they cannot play Crab to counter this. So, they have to have the Turtle to bounce. They do not have it. And that is the game. Wow, that was an interesting game of tempo there for sure. Yeah, I don't know if many competitive decks will allow me to dance around their list as well as we did right there, but yeah, we certainly danced around it, and what a dance it was. On to the next game. Alrighty, we go first, and yeah, you can keep this hand. Yeah, you can keep this. I'm going to lead with the Storm-Carved Coast. We're going to try not to use Ottawa as a land, but probably going to end up needing to do that anyway. Say hello to our opponent. They're on blue as well. So, chances of wanting to Disruption something are medium. I'm just going to go with a Glimpse here. Might have a Spell Pierce? It's either that or, what's the new opt called? I hadn't seen it in a long time, so... It's not likely to happen. Ooh, so we got the Calamity Bearer here, which goes very nicely with our Mindlink mech, which is why I'm going to keep it. Then we're going to go mech into Bearer, and then the mech can attack for 16 the following turn, on turn 4. Which is cute. Got an Evolving Wilds, okay. Whatever that 1-mana spell is that they could cast here, they didn't. And it held priority for them for 1 mana, so it's not Fading Hope, and it's probably not Spell Pierce either. Although they still could have those things. I'm just going to go for my mech. What are you going to do about it? They do have a Spell Pierce. Alright. Fair enough. Well, I guess Protector would be the better line then. Let's see if they punish me with a turn 3 whatever they're doing. Mountain. Foretells a card. Okay, very interesting. So we get a nice little bit of ward here, so we can't get Fading Hoped. Don't have the double red for Calamity Bearer yet, though, which is kind of annoying. And we're just going to play Hall here. So now my Bearer has Ward 1. I can Glimpse to try and find a red source play Calamity Bearer. Ruin Crab. Okay, so it's Copy Mill. Got rid of some cards there that I don't really care about. Alright, so is this a deck that plays Dwari's Disruption? It probably is, right? Probably don't want to deal with that, if it is. Well, let's find out. Do you have hard counters in your deck? So we're attacking for 6 right now. We've got Glimpse of the Cosmos. They're going to Dual Strike. Dual Strike Dwari's Disruption. Fair. I will not pay the 1. That got rid of a copy, though. Fortunately for us, our deck is quite expensive, so Tasha's Hideous Laughter is not a big deal for us. Just take another Protector here. I think the harder it is for our opponent to deal with our giants, the better. And Protector can hold up and negate and Disruption, which is going to be good for us. So, mills a bit. The other thing about them milling us is all the Quakebringers that might be going into our graveyard. Well, I think we'll just play the land here. We're going to play the Protector. See what they want to do about it. Currently nothing. I appreciate the game giving us a little bit of priority there. So this is now Ward 2. 2 instances of Ward 1. So their cheapest spells are going to cost 3 to interact with. Getting rid of a Ruin Crab here is kind of huge. So what are they playing around with here? Fading Hope. Their Ruin Crab. Do I negate this? I kind of think that I do. Ruin Crab is a lot of mill. So if they were hoping that this paid off for them, that could really be punishing. If that's what their hand looks like, if it really needs to block 3 damage. Iteration. Copy doing what? Another Dwari's Disruption? Spell Pierce? I couldn't pay for the first, so I don't know why you're copying it. But okay, I guess. Oh, wait. Wait, what happened? They had another Ruin Crab? Alright, well this game's over because, you know, the Shame Scoop's incoming soon. We got double Glimpse, so we're going to Glimpse once, looking for Calamity Bearer, I guess. I might take Jwari's Disruption. It actually might do something here, because 3 mana Iteration, Flashback plus any 2 mana spell might be a thing. Let's play the Glimpse again, and my board state's plenty good here, so... were we on the play? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Land count would suggest that we were, so this would be a Scryland. I really wish it would tell you in the tooltips. The reason they haven't figured that one out yet, I don't know. I'm just going to go with another Mimic here, I think. Let's find out. Was it a... Let's get it on red. It was a Scryland, right? Yes. Okay. Yeah, I think I will take this turn to simply protect my board and take a little bit of a risk that our opponent doesn't have a win here. I don't think double Tasha's Hideous Laughter even kills us, so we don't really care about the worst thing that could happen to us. And so if I just hold up and double Disruption with these 3 creatures on board, I don't think I can really lose. 3 creatures on board plus all my top decks that make it far worse for them. Every time they mill, there's a chance they put a Quakebringer in my graveyard, and that's another 2 points of damage each one that lands in my graveyard, so... Also glimpsing, they're milling card draw into my graveyard, so... Yeah, it seems like it could be a pretty good matchup for us. It's always weird when it comes to mill, because mill can just, like, win out of nowhere a lot of the time, but having expensive spells in your deck is definitely a good way to play around mill, since the Hideous Laughter mill's equal to mana value cards. But, yeah, taking another win, and on to the next one. Alrighty then, on the play. What a strange hand. I think I'll keep it. On the strength of just the Glimpse getting me my 3rd land. Into Mindlink Mech, into potentially something cool. I don't know though. This one's a little bit sketchy. I think between the draws for our first 2 turns and Glimpse looking at the next 3 cards, I think we shouldn't get mana screwed with a hand that looks like this. And I just really want to do the mech thing today. Alright, so we're going to go Glimpse of the Cosmos, immediately giving up what we're doing. We didn't really hit a land. We kind of did, but not really. I am, I guess, going to have to take the land, but not really here. Can still hold up and play with fire, which can kill the Ranger class. And we hit a land, alright. Good stuff. Yeah, I think I'll kill the token. So at least the Ranger class leveling up's not really a good thing. And then we'll play our tap land here, since 2 mana's not really all that relevant. Could this be a matchup where the Mindlink Mech Bearer combo is superb? I think it certainly could be. I could mech into Bearer any time. If they're just playing like Mono Green Stompy in Alchemy, then I guess I'm only looking at sorcery speed answers. Kodama. Fascinating. Fascinating indeed. So that would be a 4/4 when it attacks me, getting them a land out of their deck. So I can't actually block it in a nice way. So I think I'm just going to go with the Mindlink Mech here. And play my island. Hope to top deck Calamity Bearer, and then that's a 2-turn clock. Ulvenwald Oddity. I can also start turning my Mindlink Mech into the Quakebringers as well and swing through. Happy to have these in my graveyard, so no big deal there. 1 Otawara. What about Protector plus Foretell? What does that do for me? Anything or nothing? I think it mostly does nothing. Yeah, a bit of a weird one for us here. Not too happy with this board state right now. I honestly think I might be trading the mech for the oddity. Crew in response to removal, but I don't want to see Blizzard Brawl. So I guess this deck just has the little one-drop pup as its reason to be in Alchemy. One that gives a counter, 2 life, vigilance, and trample or something. I can't remember what it actually is. Yeah, so there's Blizzard Brawl. So we're just going to crew in response. The oddity is now indestructible, though. Which is certainly annoying. And a Beseju. Wow, okay, well, they're ramping me. That's something I do kind of appreciate. 3... I could do 3 drop plus 4 drop next turn. Although I'd have to Legend Rule my Otawara. Can always bounce with Otawara as well. Maybe, I don't know. They get a land. Dead to a lot of things here. So I guess I have to go Rime Wall Protector, Glimpse for something good. Don't find anything good. 4 damage to each creature is not a thing anymore. And yeah, I think that's just me dead, really. Let's just see what we would have drawn other than the crap that we just looked at. Drar's Disruption, Brittle Blast. Brittle Blast would be a good card to get. But yeah. Wasn't meant to be. On to the next one. Alrighty, on the play, we've got only turn 2 invasion if I play Coast first, so Mimic's not going to be a land. I think I could take this hand. It's a weird one. Certainly a weird one. It does want some more lands, so hopefully Invasion of the Giants can show me a few. Plains and Veteran. Okay, well there we go. Problem solved. Lunat Veteran. Prismari Command, eh? I do like Prismari Command. I also like the land. I don't need the land just yet, so I guess I could leave it underneath. Yeah, I think this is where a Battle of Frost and Fire is going to be quite useful. If this is like the clerics list, the one that I see quite a lot. Yeah. I'm going to need to keep that Voice of the Blessed on 3 here. No giants in my hand. Oof. Letting them know I mean business. Yeah, they can't gain more than 1 life point here, so if they play like another veteran or something that gains life, then I'll have to Prismari Command, dealing 2 and making a treasure. That way I can Battle of Frost and Fire this board. Because if I wait another turn, there's a really good chance that they can get that to 5, and I think as soon as it hits 5, I only have Fading Hope as an answer, really. Still no giants to cost reduce, but my plan was always to do this anyway, so let's go ahead and sweep the board. Yeah, it looks like black-white clerics. Scry 3s, I'm looking for, I guess, Calamity Bearers to do mass damage. Also, Fading Hopes to keep the these guys, these Voice of the Blessed, down nice and low where I can kill them. Okay, Luminous Phantom, don't really care about that one. Can leave all it wants. Another Battle of Frost and Fire, that one's a good one. Alright, we did find a Calamity Bearer. Got to play with fire underneath as well. I can glimpse to get some of this stuff, so I think I'm just going to put these guys to the bottom. Glimpse with the potential that I pick bearer. I know at least one of the 3 cards is going to be good then. I think that's the plan. Play 1 Mimic as a land, so I can at least make my land drops. Rhyme Wall. Yeah, I think I'm picking Bearer. And I'm playing Mimic here. Hopefully they play into my Chapter 3. If they cast a spell with mana value 5, I get to draw 2 and then discard a card. So if they make me use this Battle of Frost and Fire, I'm going to be able to replace it. Otherwise, it's Mindlink Mech plus something else. Okay, it's a Cleric of Life's Bond. Don't imagine they can get 3 life point triggers here. Would I like to kill it anyway? Actually, no, the Cleric doesn't even get 3 life point triggers. It's not how that card works. It feels kind of weak just to go for Battle and Frost and Fire here. So I think I'm just going to play Mech. Could have Vanishing Verse, I guess. And as much as I want to play Mimic as a land here, do I actually want it to copy the Bearer? I'm not going to be able to play Bearer, copy Bearer, swing in, and win, basically. I think I'm 5. I think I'm fine just holding it as a potential different card. Yeah, they do have Vanishing Verse. Okay. Sure. Yeah, another reason to play that Mimic would be to maybe line up a turn where Mech and Bearer come down at the same time, but again, that's not really likely to happen. We're at 11. They're playing around my board wipe. So I'm going to go Mindlink Mech, play Otawara. That now opens up the potential of land drop off the top, Bearer, Mimic, Swing. 3 Bearers is doubled, doubled, and doubled again. So if they got in with their Phantom, they'd be in a lot of trouble. They're going to go with the revamped Elixir here. Taking me to 8. And drawing their card. Alright, we did not get the additional land. I do have a Glimpse already in my graveyard, so if I play this Bearer, I get a 1 mana Glimpse. They'll want to Vanishing Verse the Mech now, I think. I'm gonna go for Glimpse. I think I just want to find replacement pieces to this combo. Okay. Prismari Command, Invasion of the Giants, Quakebringer. Probably Prismari Command. And now I think I'm playing Mimic as a land. Swing for 8. Take them below Cosmos Elixir. Yeah, they're doing really well here to play around my Battle of Frost and Fire, although they've used a Valorous stance, so less likely to be able to play around it when I cast it, but playing around it by not playing out their hand might be what they're actually doing. If they don't gain life here, I can battle, potentially then go for Prismari Command, or I guess I could start with Prismari Command. Now I can't. Alright, we're gonna go Crossroads on red. 3 for 5. Get a Quakebringer. Not a big fan of Quakebringer. Yeah, I'm just going to have to sweep here. Let's see if they have the Valorous stance. I think I lose if they do. That being a tap land has basically not done me any favors, but it worked out, so that's fine. And then we get to go Glimpse, Quakebringer, Fading Hope, Crossroads. Tough choice, honestly. I have another... Well, this will be my Glimpse in the graveyard, so if I played Quakebringer, I could swing for 5 with it. I think I'm taking Quakebringer. Got a Scry 3 with the battle as well, so that could set up my Prismari command. Lunat Veteran. Gain 2 and Scry 1 to the bottom. Alright, we got an extra land here. Ooh, okay. I think the pile looks like this. I think that will be correct. We're going to play Quakebringer. Opponents can't gain life. It's pretty relevant. Play my land. I don't think I'm glimpsing here because I want both of those cards. I suppose I should have gone maybe battle first so that I get the chapter 3 to go off. Yeah, that might have been a mistake on my part. Hitting them for 4 here, is that all that great? I guess it all adds up. I do need to get them to 16, so yeah, let's go for it. Keeping in mind that they can't gain life. Ooh, don't have another Vanishing Verse. That would suck. Hit you for 4. So they're at 15. So if I get to do my combo where I Calamity Bearer into Crew, Mindlink, Mech It, and Swing, that's 16 points. Is it 16 points? It's 4... 8, yeah, 4, 8, 16. So I actually get to draw here. That's nice of you. Very kind. Not that I really needed to, because I win now. Oh no, I don't. I don't win. They've just gained a point. They would be dead on my upkeep, though. Although, no, they are dead, because command can hit face. God, what an emotional roller coaster. Oh dear. Alright, so now I have 2 Calamity Bearers. The one swinging is a 4-powered creature, so it would normally be 8, but it doubles again up to 16, putting our opponent on 1. And then Prismari command, 2 damage. Let's see what the rest of our deck looks like. Invasion and Dwara's Disruption. Disruption bad, Invasion just fine. And that is the game. Sweet. Yeah, this deck's a ton of fun. I don't think it's particularly competitive, but it's a ton of fun all the same. Yeah, check it out if you do enjoy it. Deck list link is down in the description below. And yeah, if you have enjoyed the rest of the video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this in the future. And I'll leave it off here. Take care and peace.